Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon, and the P40 is downright broken. This is one of my favorite planes. It's Tier 5 light fighter for the US, and it's characterized by incredible airspeed, good enough maneuverability. It can turn well enough to outturn the things that it can't outclimb. The firepower is a little bit weak, but that doesn't really matter. It's still sufficient for whatever you're going to come up against. A lot of people have difficulties in this plane, and I'm going to give a few tips over the next couple of games just to help you figure out how to make it work for you. One of the big tips is to keep your speed up at all times. This is not a turn fighter. The firepower is not good enough to where you can just sit behind someone forever and gun them down. Your guns are going to overheat relatively quickly. Looking at the lineup though, our guns are going to be able to deal with almost everything. It's going to struggle on the GA and it's going to struggle on the heavies, taking them down in one pass. The lower tiered planes it absolutely will take down in one pass. The higher tier planes, I'll probably overheat when I'm gunning them just because they're going to pull some evasive maneuvers. But overall, the guns are fairly strong, in my opinion, if you have a relatively accurate aim. We're going to start the game by gaining a little bit of altitude, not too terribly much. The P40 is not the best climber in the world, but it's also not terrible. It's fairly decent. You're going to climb much better than the turn fighters. You're not going to climb better than the heavies or the Focke-Wulf line. Those planes climb better than you, and don't worry about it. We're heading off into the middle of the map. I want to get my gun in the game as quickly as possible, and I want to be able to react. If they're flooding south, I want to head south. Same thing with north. So there's an XP-77. We're just kind of checking the minimap just to make sure. I mean, look at that. That's half of his health down right there. Now, I can't outturn him, and when you can't outturn him, he's going to get behind me. Don't be scared about that. He can't follow me into the vertical. I'm going to stop boosting because I know that his climb is almost out, and he's actually stalled, and I'm just rope-a-doping him here. Oh, my guns. My gunnery sucks. Anyway, okay, so there's more people, and that's another reason why the P40 is just so incredibly strong, is because of this wonderful vertical ability and its energy retention. So a 109E tries to follow me into the vertical, and he has the ability to do it. If he had a bunch more energy, then he could have made that a much different engagement. There's a P36 behind me, and notice that I'm outpacing him very quickly. My teammates take him down. But in my maneuvers, notice that I am not turning. Turning is really dumb in the P40. Engaging the flaps, I probably engaged the flaps when I was trying to get the guns on target. Here I'm braking because I want to slow my descent because I am just going to blow by this guy. Don't crash. My frame rate's a little bit low because my computer's not the greatest. So when recording, it can be somewhat tough. Anyway, you'll notice that when I turn around... Whoa, don't crash. You'll notice that when I turn around in the vertical. And there's an AFK plane and a GA left. When I turn around in the vertical because this retains my energy. So I can dive on opponents, I can escape into the vertical if I need to from opponents. It's very, very handy. Try not to use the horizontal. Here we're going to get behind the IL-2 mod, again, pitching into the vertical. We're probably going to cut the throttle and extend the flaps to slow us down, because there's no reason not to at this point. I ran my guns a little bit early. That's another thing with the P40 that you have to be aware of, is you just don't have the time. And that's a fairly standard game. 3 kills, whatever, 30,000 credits, 1200 XP. That's a fairly standard game. But the reason why I was slowing down with the GA there is just because there was no one around to get me. turning around actually is a high cost maneuver in terms of time, and I had all the time in the world at that point. So, but in a normal battle, especially at the beginning, you don't want to use the flaps. You generally don't want to cut the throttle unless you're just diving straight down and you're going way too fast and you're going to blow by the target and or crash like I almost did. So you want to keep your speed up, definitely. And you'll notice that I ran the guns a little bit early. The guns can hit out to 600 meters, but you really shouldn't run your guns that early. Anything longer than 600 meters, they literally will not hit. The bolts just disappear. But the sweet spot is start opening up around 400, 450 meters. That's, you don't alert your enemy to your presence, and he'll hopefully keep flying in a straight line for another second or two, and that's all it takes in this plane, seriously. So we are on Arctic region, and it's going to be a little bit tougher this game. I've reached my optimal altitude, the top range of it, and the reason why it's going to be a little bit difficult is we have a couple of energy fighters, and we have a bunch more heavies and GA. The guns won't chew down GA. Luckily they are bow fighters. Bow fighters I can take down relatively easily. Probably takes about 4 seconds of constant firing, but once you're behind a bow fighter in a P40, they literally can't do anything. That's one of the huge benefits of the P40 is I don't want to go down and get the IL-2. One of the huge benefits of the P40 is that there's no plane that can escape you. And I see both bow fighters. They're for some reason low on the ground. I'm going to try and I'm going to get the F2A first. I'm being a little bit weird here and I'm going out right in front of my team. But, uh-oh, I got problems. But honestly, they're not going to kill me. This is just not possible. The P40 is so good defensively. They would have to have another 2 planes, and it looks like another 2 planes are actually coming my way. This guy is stalled out, so we're just going to kill him. There we go. And I'm going to actually use this wonderful dive speed. Look at that. Whoops. I better juke just a little bit. I'm going to use that wonderful dive speed to get away. Even the 109E, you really can't catch me. Well, okay, so the 109E is pulling off because he realizes he's not going to do a whole lot to me. And I'm just stringing him along for my team to kill him. That's another benefit of the P40 is your escape skill is... I don't want to kill the 209. The 209 is worthless. Escaping straight allows your team to easily kill the opposition. When you're going around in a circle, your teammates are just terrible at hitting those types of shots. We're going to take a long-range shot we don't want to kill. But if the enemy's going straight, then your team, they can hit a straight moving target. Everybody's ignoring me at this point for some reason. Not quite sure what the deal is. Normally they are... Oh, here we go. Normally they are very eager to kill me. I mean, seriously, how much more gun strength do you need? Now, granted, he was out of energy and he was ignoring me and so on and so forth, but that's where your kills are going to lie, not with an opponent who's juking constantly. The 209V, the reason why I left him alone is because it's just such a low damage plane. He can't kill anything. I've played the 209V. I average over 2 kills a game, and I can't even average 1 kill a game in that stupid thing. P40. This plane seems good. And like I was saying before, if it can't outclimb something, it can outturn it. It occupies just the sweetest of the sweet spots in this game. We're not going to go after the 209 just because he's going to be killed by somebody. The 110B in front of me is preoccupied with somebody, And we're just going to dive on him. The damaged wing that I have is mildly annoying. I opened up a little bit early. So I could have actually had him dead by now. But I was a little too eager with the guns. Gosh. I am running armor-piercing incendiary ammo. I've recently just switched to premium ammo after the excellent article written by Onboard G1. Highly suggest you check it out. It's on rocketbrainsurgeon.com. And my kills have gone from an average of just over 2 kills per game to, woo! Just snaked that kill, baby. My average kills have gone just over 2 to a solid 2.5, 2.6 kills per game over like 30, 40 games. And just by using premium ammo, I didn't think it would account for that much. So I was pretty surprised. Okay, we're going to play one more game in this broken machine. And the whole P51 line, the whole Mustang line is like the P40. So the P51A is even more broken. The P51D at Tier 7 is ridiculous. The P51H is by far the best light fighter in my opinion. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Alright, in the queue it looks like we're probably going to get a Tier 7 battle. That will be interesting. I hope we do, because then I'll get to show you that, yeah, the stuff that I've been abusing the other Tier 5s, I'm just going to abuse Tier 7s with too. Excellent. So we got a Tier 7 battle, and the A7Ms on the enemy team are their top planes. That's embarrassing. I feel bad for them. They can't keep up with me at a climb. However, the cannons on them are quite deadly to me, so I'm going to make sure that I keep track of where they are and if they're pointing at me. The 109Zs, again, have devastating armament, but I can keep up with them. And once I'm behind them, they literally cannot shake me. They cannot outrun me. They could outclimb me if they started with more energy. There's very few pilots that know how to fly a 109Z or would be very cognizant of their energy levels, and since I don't recognize them, I don't think those guys are it. The map is Bay, and typically the plan is to fly north and to counter the enemy GA, picking around B5, B6, and moving into your base. However, I am too far away to engage in those types of shenanigans, so I'm going to actually float towards the middle, hedge my bets a little bit. If they flood north to support their GA, great, I can help with that. If they pop up in the middle, great, I can help with that too. I'm not going to go outside of my optimal altitude because I cannot outmaneuver too much, and I need to be able to dodge the 109Zs. There's a P51A that's going to be a huge pain in my butt, and if I die, I can almost guarantee it's to him. Okay, wow, whoa. We're boosting and we're leaving. That's just a problematic situation right there. We're going to wait until my team gets a little more caught up. And just trying to think of what target I want. 109Z is preoccupied. Perfect. I'm trying to slow down a little bit because I am catching up on him a little too fast. Come on. I am terrible at this game. Jesus. Okay, so because that took me forever, there's a 109Z behind me. I can't outrun him. I gotta outturn him, but I don't want to outturn him because all of his team is there. Actually, we are up higher than everybody else, so we're just going to kill him. You'll notice that I'm not really dodging too terribly much there for a couple of reasons. Whoa! I am all alone, and this is all my fault. So we're going to have to turn around and head on somebody. And how about this Spitfire? Okay. So I goofed that up. All my fault because I just got caught up and I got caught in a pack of enemies. It took literally 5 of them to kill me. If there was like 3 of them, they don't kill me there. It's just not even possible. That might sound cocky, but seriously, the P40 is just broken. Broken. So I got 1 kill in this game, is that correct? Yep. So 1 kill in that game, and in the previous game we got 6 kills, and in the previous game before that we got 3 kills, so 6, 7, 10, so averaging just over 3 kills on a random set of battles that I decided to go on, and we won 2 of them, and that one, probably a 50-50 chance we win that one too. If you haven't tried the P40 yet, do so. It is an amazing machine and an amazing line. Hope you enjoyed. Happy hunting.